Hello everyone. I am going to take a little hike to the Portrait Face Rock. I had some requests to take a video of the trail, so I was like, all right, I'll try to make a 360 video out of it so that people will be able to get a good feel or sense of how to get there. So I'm starting in front of um, well, actually behind me is the traditional blue tiled roof house. I don't know if you can see the roof from this angle, but you'll see it as I walk away from it. And I just thought it would be good to start in front of the Ambition Masterpiece. You can still see there's leftover rocks from the landscaping, but I think they'll soon clean this all up because we finished most of the landscaping. Yeah, it's a good day. So it just actually was raining in the morning, but and yesterday as well. But now it's a good it's the sun's up and it's sunny, so I decided that this would be a good day to take a video. So here we are. Don't mind the big holes in the ground. We were actually digging some of these trees out and then placing them in other areas. I think some of the trees were used for either the courtyard or other places. I'm not really sure. But it's amazing how you can dig out these huge trees. Like here, this tree right here. What basically they did was we got excavators and we dug out around this tree. And for the more detailed work under the tree, we had a bunch of people with shovels to basically dig out the dirt around this tree, and then you have to basically make like this bowl shape so that the tree has some sort of dirt for its soil and to stay alive and stuff like that. Like, I can go in details, but that'll be for another time. um, I just briefly described it so that you can have a quick glimpse of of what we've done, and you can see the ropes tying the tree to support it. Yeah, if those ropes weren't there, then I'm sure that the trees would just have fallen by now. Yeah, so you can see like it's kind of, I guess, flatter here. There used to be at least like 2 or 3 trees, I think, here, but they smoothed out the path. Oh, by the way, this path over here, right in front of me, where there's a tree now and a sign, that goes through the banquet courtyard rock landscape. So I think there's gonna be some sort of path here. Um, yeah. Uh, I think that's one of the trees that they moved. So when you move a tree, I'll just talk a little bit more because just to make this video interesting. uh, we have to put these kind of like, you see those black poles sticking out of the tree or out of the ground. That's for helping to feed the tree, well, feed the give water to the trees so that the trees can absorb water quickly. Because if you don't have any like type of drainage system or like way of for the trees, like the roots of the trees to get to um, receive that water that it needs, then it'll just die. Uh, this is actually, I haven't been on this trail in a while. I actually need to go exercising more because I'm already running out of breath. Oh, should I go through here or? Oh my gosh. So right here is like Non Valley. Or not this place, but I guess this region is called Non Valley. Okay, let's just go through it. It looks more interesting. So basically, someone had a crazy idea that there were rocks buried in this area. Actually, these rocks were buried in dirt and stuff like that. But then someone thought that there was rocks here, so then people started digging, and then we found these huge crazy rocks formations. Let's see if I can translate this. Choir Bowie. So this is like a fruit rock. I'm not really sure if this looks like a fruit from a bigger perspective. I'm sure that you can go through those holes and find a cave or something and play around there. Maybe it could turn into a playground for children. So, well, this is pretty cool. Walking on top of it. rocks. Okay, I'm not really heading towards the Portrait Rock at the moment directly. We're taking a little detour since this was a more interesting route. I hope I don't get lost. Okay, I think we have to go this way. Okay. If not, then I'll just climb over the mountain to do some off-road hiking. Yes, I'm gonna have to do some off-road hiking. That's okay. This is actually a small cave that can fit like five or six people. We actually didn't know that it was a cave until we took out the rocks that were inside. Yeah, there were rocks that were like blocking the entrance, so we didn't know. But yeah, we found it, and it's a place that no one really goes to, I think. Oh my gosh, I have to go through here. I hope this is okay to like step over. I hope no one can get mad at me. Just climbing. Oh my gosh, how am I gonna get through this? Okay, let's just. I don't feel like climbing with an arm and two legs since I'm holding a camera. Oh wow, the ground is a little soft. Okay, that was easier than I expected. So now we're above this rock landscape formation. Not really a landscaping because we didn't really landscape anything besides dig out the dirt and reveal the rocks that were already there. So yeah, we have actually, I'm not sure if these trees were already here from the beginning or if we planted these trees. Like they're very similar. Like what I realized while walking through Warmyeongdong is that there are certain areas where the trees just all of a sudden become the same type of trees. Like right here, you see this line, they're all the same type of trees, and versus the trees on the top, like it is like almost themed on purpose. So I feel like people did it on purpose. Like we planted these trees. Hello, just gonna say hi.
I was wondering why you can speak English so well.
Oh, I'm born in America. I was born. Yeah. Anyways, I'll keep walking here. Wow. Another amazing point about Warmyeongdong is that it always, like, depending on which time of day or even season, like you walk through, certain areas just look completely different. Like I feel like this is my first time walking through this area, even though I've given people personal tours walking through this area. Okay, so there's a sign here. It says Huetgor and the Chahwa-sang 가는 길 right here. So this is the road to Huetgor and the Portrait Face Rock. And to the left is the Cheetah Sword and the Sayan Sword. I'm not really sure what the Sayan Sword is, but sword means like tree, or like, I'm not sure if it's like a specific tree, like a. But anyways, there's like a cheetah pine tree, or maybe it's a pine tree. I'm not sure. Yeah, cheetah pine tree, and then the Sayan, maybe a story pine tree. Anyways, that'll be for another time. For now, we are heading towards the Portrait Face Rock. I'm kind of giving it away already because it's obvious, depending, on its name, it's a Portrait Face Rock. But sometimes it's hard to see. So if this is your first time ever laying your eyes on this rock, you may not see it in the beginning, but when you do see it, you'll be blown away. So I think we're about halfway there. I call that sign like halfway there, but actually it may not actually be halfway. I just tell that to people so that while they're walking with me, if they feel like they're getting there faster, but I'll have to actually measure it one day. So I'm not really a plant or tree expert, so if any of you know what any of these trees are, like this tree with the white flowers or this type of tree with those type of leaves, then feel free to leave comments below. Or even if you know what these flowers are, like I'm not sure if they're weeds. Like I've realized that while working here in Warmyeongdong, like even though they look good, like some things are weeds, and apparently they're just they're just there to take the nutrients from other trees and stuff, so you have to pull them out. That's something I've always done, but it's something that there's a thing on the camera. But it's something that is good to know, I guess, if you're into gardening and things like that. I think I've become kind of like an amateur gardener just by being here, you know, learning how to take care of trees, transplanting trees. I don't think many people will actually be transplanting trees in their lifetime, but you know, if you have a plant that you want to transplant, I'm sure that it's very similar, like, you know, very similar principles that you would follow. Digging up the dirt, keeping like a part of the dirt under the flower, you know, connected to the roots. And I don't know, it sounds so technical now that I'm explaining it, but you know, I don't want to bore you with that, so let's just continue going. I don't know where this path leads to. I've seen it. I've been on it once, maybe like a couple years ago, but I haven't been here in so long that, yeah, it looks like it leads somewhere exciting. So one day, maybe I'll take a video of just me going to a random location and getting lost and then seeing how I survive. It could turn into like a survival video, like how to survive in the wild if you get lost. You know, I like that, but then some people don't. That's why, you know, I'll take the risk to do the video recording, and I'll make it fun. I'll throw in jokes in there, and if things get serious though, then I'll just find a way to, you know, survive. I hope that I can record everything. One of my worries is, like, you know, while doing these hikes, some of these hiking trails are pretty long, so, and then there's the battery life of this camera isn't always as long, so I've been trying to think about how I can record these trails for everyone to see. I think for these small, like these closer, like shorter trails, like especially to the Porto Rock, that's okay. But to, like, what's it called? Cookie Bong. That's, Bong means like peak, so Cookie Peak, or like Kamnan San, Kamnan Peak, Kamnan Mountain. There's like a gazebo up there that is really nice, but then I don't know if I can get there in time before the battery dies. We'll see though. I'll try at least once. I need to get like a someone who's good at running with me, or I need to get a stabilizer. That's what I realized. I'm walking now because I don't have like a stabilizer, so if I started running while holding this stick, it would just start, the camera would just start going up and down and shaking, and I don't think YouTube can stabilize 360 videos yet. I realized that it can stabilize, like, you know, the regular videos, but in terms of 360 videos, it's a little more complicated. Okay, so we're almost there. We passed by a sign. I should have read it, but anyways, it's too late. My legs are already gone. But we're almost there. I remember when I was walking through this path and it started raining like crazy, and I had like my camera on my cell phone and things like that. Oh. So if you come here during the summer, it was summer too. If you come here during the summer, be careful for the monsoon season, because it'll rain in the summer. It's not something that happens in America and LA, where I'm from. Yeah, we need more rain actually. But it happens in Korea, so you gotta be careful. Have like some sort of, like, what's it called, plastic bags or something that you can seal tight your electronics in so they don't get damaged by water. Oh, man, I feel like we should just like take a break. We're almost there though. It's just down this path here and then to the right. But I think it's good to be able to, you know, look around the kind of valley here. This is basically Huet Valley though. Huet Gore. Gore means valley, so Huet Gore, Huet Valley. I think, yeah, okay, so you see these trees with like the sticks supporting them? I think, okay, we definitely planted those trees. And this one here. They look like they need watering. I learned how you can tell if a tree needs water or not by looking at the end of its leaves. You'll see, like, closer to the tree actually itself, that it'll be a little more greener, but further on the outside it'll change to like an orange or deadish color, you know, when leaves die, and you know that the tree wasn't drinking enough water. But it's hard, you know, to manage all these trees. I'm just surprised that the volunteers and the workers, they all can manage so many, you know, this huge region, Warmyeongdong, for such a long time. You know, it's not just like, okay, we do it one day and we're done. You have to do this every day. Yeah. So I think, you know, one thing that I've learned with being in Warmyeongdong is, like, in the same way that you have to manage these trees every day, in terms of managing your life too. You have to do it every day. Some people, they put their life in order on one day. They organize their time and things like that. They succeed for one day, but then after that, the next day, then they rest, and then that becomes a habit, and then you just end up just on the floor, not really doing anything, not really getting anywhere, and that's scary. There's a description here actually but it's in Korean. We need to add like English, or maybe I can translate it now. But my Korean isn't that great, just as a disclaimer. But this is a this is a very important place, I think, in Warmyeondong. There's a lot of stories here that people have made here, and there's a danger sign too. You have to be careful for snakes and bees. And yeah, one person, one of my friends, saw one of the signs and she was like, "Oh my gosh, it's so like it looks kind of scary, intimidating." But I think it's for safety. Whoa! I almost tripped over a rock. Oh, I'll talk about it later. Oh, I'll just talk about it now. Yeah, I don't know if you noticed it, but if you rewind the video a little bit, you'll see a picture of a tiger, kind of looking tiger, and we have these cameras here. And I think they're trying to capture a tiger on video. I mean, people say that there's tigers. There's some people who've seen tigers here. They're not like tigers, I think, that will come to your mind when you think of tigers. They're a little smaller, but they're trying to capture footage for whatever reason. Anyway, so we're here now. If you, this is like kind of the end of the path. Actually, this path you can go through. I've seen some people walking through this path, but if you sit around here, which I'm gonna do for a little bit, and then you can kind of look around now, try to see if you can find the Portrait Rock. Of course, there's a sign that kind of gives it away a little bit, but it's not directly in front here. I'll give you some time. If you haven't found it, then I'll point it out. Okay, it's over there. It's in that direction. If you can't see it still, I'm gonna walk closer to it. I wish that I had like a tripod or something that I can just like, leave this camera here and then walk towards it. But I'm just gonna get closer to it and just walk around. And then maybe if you still can't find it or you can't see it, then I'll send a picture or something, side by side image with like a highlight over it. But it's basically from this angle you can see it the best. Yeah, when I first saw this rock or this like kind of image on the side, it's not really a rock. It's like it is a rock, I guess, but it's like more on the side of a cliff. Like I don't even know how they found this rock. Like who would be walking and they'd be like, "Oh look, there's this like image of a person's face here." Well, I think this is like one of the amazing things about Warmyeondong. Like you have these priceless image rocks here and there. It's not just this, but there are other rocks too. Later on, I can show. Yeah, that you can come and see. And of course, it takes some time to actually come to Warmyeondong, so that's why I made these videos. So if you want me to go to other hiking trails or anything, then just let me know in the comments or send me an email or something, and I will try to do that. Okay, so if you like the videos that that I've been making here, then please help by subscribing and visiting our website to learn more. See you later.